No.
Yes.
No. I swear it was just a joke. I swear. Please, it was just a joke. I swear. Please, it was just a joke.
I have to report this.
No, please don't. It was a
I
joke.
have to report this.
It was a joke. I'm sorry. I'll take it off.
Julius,
I swear.
too late.
It was just a joke.
Too late.
I swear. It was just a joke. Dude, I swear. No, I cannot get in trouble. I cannot get in trouble.
You should have thought of that.
That's so fucked if I get in trouble. Please don't. Please don't. Please, Mr. Hamilton, please don't. I'll pay you. I don't.
Parents of Reddit, what's your best example of reverse psychology on your kids that actually worked? Okay, I took my 3-year-old son to the doctor's visit where he was going to get a shot. He was worried about the shot the whole drive over, almost to the point of tears. We get to the doctor's office and the nurse subtly lets me know that my son is not just scheduled for 1 shot, but 5 of them in the same visit. So I immediately turn to my son and with an exaggerated smile, I tell him, good news! They figured out how to take 1 big shot you were going to get and instead break it up into 5 tiny shots, so they won't hurt nearly as much. You could see the relief wash over his face. He stopped squirming and relaxed completely. He took the first shot and smiled and said, it's true, the small ones don't hurt. We actually made it all the way through to the 3rd shot before the effect wore off and reality kicked in. Still, I counted it as a victory. When I was 8, I got lost at the mall and started crying because I couldn't find my mom, so then a security guard came to help me, but I punched him in the nuts as hard as I could because stranger danger, and that dude still had to help me find my mom. I think about him a lot. I bet he thinks about you. Out of all the kids that he helped find their parents, you were the one that struck him for it. When I was like 14, 15, I said my grandpa sleeps around because he can take a nap literally anywhere, and my grandma stopped the car. At least that conversation was with your grandmother and not like a teacher or anything. Could you imagine a kid walking up to you and being like, my grandpa sleeps around, isn't that crazy? Your kids are gonna do things they shouldn't. It helps if you married someone with a sense of humor. Oh my god, it's so perfect. They even gave the picture a little background. They should have put a price at the bottom like $2,000 for this one-of-a-kind piece. Okay, so I took our kids to a restaurant for the first time in over a year as my 6-year-old crouched in her chair eating a burger patty like a feral child and my 4-year-old tried to remove her pants and painted her face with ketchup. It occurred to me that maybe we aren't ready to re-enter society. A tip from a dude who doesn't have kids, who remembers being a kid. For people who want kids, if you want your child to be really well adjusted in like a public setting, like they're not losing their minds like these kids, it'd be in your best interest to expose them as much as possible to just regular life. At the beginning, your kid is not going to know how to act, but over time with that constant exposure to just normal people talking and normal people eating, it's almost going to be like your toddler isn't there. And also there's a chance that your kid's going to grow up to be very socially adjusted. No social anxiety, but that's not a guarantee, but there's a possibility. When I was younger, instead of saying, I'm hungry, I would say, I need to be neutered, because I thought it meant I needed nutrients. Yeah, sorry. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will quite get you moving in the morning like your 3-year-old telling you she can't get something from her room because there is a man with a mask in there. Literally panicking, I step out of the shower with my 3-year-old by me and my 5-year-old in my bed wondering what to do about this masked intruder. Anyways, toddler for sale, guys. I'm done with her. Well, Venom is a villain. If he was in your toddler's bedroom, I think her concern would be justified. Alright, so I'm currently watching my toddler go through the 5 stages of grief over his banana breaking in half. When I was about 8 years old, I asked my dad if we could play the Naked Man game. My dad, trying not to panic, asked me what it was. I responded, it's the one where we play when the babysitter is over. He then asked me to show him where the Naked Man game was, so I took him out of the closet, opened the door, and pointed to Operation. He told me years later that he nearly had a heart attack. Oh my god, that has gotta be the most terrifying moment for that dude. His kid is saying all the wrong things in all of the right order. Not only is there a Naked Man game, you're playing it with a stranger, a babysitter even, and you didn't learn about it. You, the father, didn't learn about it until your son or daughter just brought it up haphazardly. Yeah, I bet that moment was just the definition of stressful. Alright, so I was helping a 1st grader with her summer homework. Question, which month comes after November? I don't remember. It's okay, just repeat all of them in order until you reach November. Okay, January, February, March, April, May. Child obviously forgetting about the homework and staring into something. Then, child suddenly remembering she was studying. May? You already said that. Oh. Staring into the void again, me who is now sweating, Sweetie, what comes after May? She who is not listening to me. January? No, January was the 1st. We were doing great. Come on. What month comes after May? Autumn? It took us almost an hour, but she did answer right at the end. Alright, in my opinion, I was a pretty innovative kid. I stapled my own hand in 5th grade so I could get sent to the nurse and get out of class. I've only ever stapled my hand twice by accident. Both happened when I was in middle school, and it was always the result of me grabbing the stapler by the, live end. And of course, every time you grab something, you squeeze it. So when I squeezed the stapler, I put 2 staples in my hand because I didn't realize how high my hand was on the side that puts out the staples. It hurt. It hurt a lot. I just caught my 7-year-old daughter explaining to her Barbie about how babies are made. I didn't realize how much peanut butter and jelly was involved. When the second Pope died, my nephew saw the body dressed in a red suit and started to cry. When I asked him what happened, he said, if Santa Claus died, who's gonna bring my gift? Oh, that is so adorable and sad and great. You should have told him. You should have just kept up the lie. I know I would have. Do you understand how much joy I would get out of if my younger sibling thought Santa Claus was dead for 2 months? I would milk that for days. Just told my nephew, see you later, alligator. And this motherfucker gonna say, after a while, black and mild. I have never heard of that before, but oh my god, that is just so adorable and so hilarious. He got you. I genuinely wonder where children pick stuff up like that from. Or maybe it's all creative and just straight off the noggin. Either way, this dude has clapbacks, and it's only gonna get worse.
Why did you spell your name?
With paint? Yeah, why did the monster spell Liam all over? Gosh.
Because he thought that paint was paint blood.
In the 5th grade, my whole family was driving home from some trip, and I was listening to Kids with Guns by the Gorillaz on my iPod, and it made me feel really rebellious because I was a kid, and according to that song, kids have guns. So when we drove into the garage, my dad was like, okay, we're home, and I said, shut up, Dad, and he just looked at me for a long time and didn't say anything, and well, I started crying. I told her she could only pick one toy, and she chose a mango. So I hope she enjoys that.
And hide and seek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where are you, Skylar? Where are you? I can't find Skylar. Where are you? Are you?
Oh no, she came back to ask what Daddy was doing. Oh my god, the basement. Oh, do you understand just how hurt I'd be after pouring all of that concrete nice and smooth just to see my pride and joy ruin all of it, just to ask me how I'm doing? I wouldn't even be really that upset because she cares, but damn, for a moment I think I'd lose my mind just for 5 seconds. I'm sitting in the living room and I hear Brody say, and this is our fridge where we keep our food. I walk in and this is what I see. That's not our dog.
You're gonna watch your... No, don't do that. Don't do that. No!
Currently arguing with my daughter because she wants toast, but she doesn't want me to put bread in the toaster. So put the sliced bread in the oven, bro. Think about it for a second. Modern problems require modern solutions, and your daughter wants toast, but she doesn't want it in a toaster. You have technology. Just use it. 6-year-old. What is the biggest country in the world? 7-year-old. No one knows. They're all big. 6-year-old. Yeah, I guess only God knows. Wait, hold up. What do you mean he knows? You trying to tell me that Jesus doxed me? Are you shitting me? After nearly 5 years of being on YouTube, I've been trying to remain anonymous. I can't believe this. Isn't that illegal? I can't believe...
Oh my god.
Flamingo put down. Zoo officials had to euthanize a flamingo after it was struck by a rock thrown by a child. Oh my god. That is so tragic and so hilarious at the same time. I'm sorry that a flamingo had to die that way, but I'm genuinely curious what the environment was like. What did anyone do? They saw a toddler just yeet a stone at a bird. The bird drops. What's everybody's reaction? Did people laugh? Did people scream? Did people just walk away, nonchalant, unbothered by the situation? Who knows? I would pay to be a fly on the wall during that situation. So apparently there's a clamp in post boxes to stop people from taking things out. So when Jerry thought he was being well funny by posting his school jumper, he didn't laugh very long when it got stuck, and after a phone call to the Royal Mail, the fact that it's in the clamp means that it's their property. Also, I now have to pay the bloody postage after it's gone around the postal system to get it back. Oh my god. His face, he's so upset. You lost your jacket because you're doing dumb shit. I hope the kid learned his lesson because that jacket is definitely torn up.
Espérate que te cante. Alright. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Why did you do that?
When I was 10, I lied to my friend that I dunked a basketball regulation height. He said no way and wanted me to show him. So I spent the next 20 minutes jumping and failing, only to tell him I wasn't wearing the same shoes. What the fuck?
Count. You can hide. You find a good spot.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Ready or not, here I come. I wonder where Maverick is. You're not supposed to talk when you're hiding. So now I can find you easy.
Today I asked a kindergartner if Friday was his favorite day of the week, and his response was, I don't know. I don't know a lot of things. I'm confused all the time. Same, little man. Same.
B-I-G-E-R. Biscuit.
In early elementary school, we had a market for mud. Different groups of kids would claim areas around the school as their mud pit and their brand of mud in Ziploc bags to be traded with other groups of different bags of mud. We were the clay mud group, and I had about 3 kids in the muck scooping it into bags or running the water fountain to get fresh water to make more mud on dry days. I would be the one to go make the deals with the other groups. We traded a lot with gravel mud group because clay mud and cement mud are both good for building or some shit. Who knows? It made so much sense at the time. The principal and staff eventually stepped in and ended it because all the kids came back to class filthy every day and giant holes littered every field in the playground. Child mud feudalism? Is this what we have right here? It's awesome. Someone should make a movie about this. Someone should write a story about this. This is so hilarious. The same thing happened at my school. It wasn't about mud, of course, or anything strange like that. It was food. Like, the way that people would trade food during lunch, it was a complex economy that I still remember to this day. I still remember how much pizza you could get for a fruit roll-up. Yes, for Pizza Fridays, when we would get it from school lunch, if you had seaweed, fruit roll-up, Gushers, or Pop-Tarts, and they had to be the real Pop-Tarts, not the knockoff brand, you could get someone's whole slice of pizza. You could bring like 3 fruit roll-ups and come up with 3 slices of pizza by the end of the lunch period. That's how deep the economy was. You could trade up from a bottle of water to Pop-Tarts relatively easily if you knew how to do it. And unlike this guy's elementary school, our economy was unregulated and unbothered by any sort of authority. So there was so much scamming happening and so much just profit to be gained. Like I said, you could start from like a granola bar or a water bottle and end up with a slice of pizza if you knew how to be savvy.
I'm sorry, what are you doing?
I'm trying to listen to my music, Mom. To my earpods.
Your earpods? Baby, you have them in backwards. You gotta turn them around.
This way?
Yes. That was really cute though. Could you hear it now? Let me see them now, baby.
What?
Wait. Oh, sweetheart, they're still backwards. You're gonna have to turn them around.
Alright, so if we're just gonna go around the circle and talk about some, difficult truths about ourselves, some honest, embarrassing things, I'll go first. When I was about 3 years old, I asked my mom for a sister, because I wanted a girlfriend. I just thought it would be the easiest way to get a girlfriend. Yeah, I understand if you don't want to be friends with me. I don't know what just happened, but I was at the animal shelter before work and a toddler walked in and pointed at me and went, "I want that one." And his mom just looked at me and said, "You can't have that. That's a grown man." All my bizarre conversations happen right before bedtime. Me, "Good night, Violet. Daddy, I can count to 200. You're such a clever clogs. Now go to sleep." I like the word clever clogs. "Good night, Violet." Suddenly deadly serious. I also like the word poison control. So I had to really get my shit together. I laughed for like a solid 3 minutes. Oh my god. Do you understand how terrifying that would be? To talk to your young daughter and like, oh, good night. And she just gets so deadly serious and says, "I also like the word poison control." That shit would throw me for a loop so bad, I wouldn't be able to be in the same house with her. I would talk to my wife, be like, "No, I need to have a hotel. I just don't feel safe." This lady on Facebook said her coworker had to have a conference with her son's teacher because of a note he wrote. "Dear Miss Jones, I'm angry at you because you took 25 of my hummingbird bucks all because I was talking to Connor. That's no big deal. I'm only 6. I can't be quiet all the time, and that makes you a thief and a crook, and you're going to hell, real hell, the burning one, because you a thief. I worked hard for those bucks, and my only prayer in chapel today was that God gets you to hell fast, super fast, and your new haircut is bad, real bad." Wow, Miss Jones, you better apologize to Isaiah. He's hurt. You took his money. Give him his money back. And to finish out our video today, I bring you the Leopard Woman. A woman puts on this dress when she cleans her house, and the reason is that she told her 2 children who are terrified of her that this Leopard Woman is visiting our house to clean. If you don't make the house dirty, she won't come back. This is so terrifying and traumatizing, but also a very great way to discipline your children. I would do the same thing. I would wear a spider costume if it meant that my kids would help clean up the house. And these children are going to have a really weird fear of leopards for the rest of their life because of this, but in my opinion, that's a small price to pay and also a personal problem. Maybe next time you'll clean up the house and you won't develop weird fears of critically endangered apex predators. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you get these notifications every time. So yeah, we're posting 14 videos this week as a end of the summer Ailurus marathon. So I hope you're looking forward to that. There will be an additional upload today and 2 uploads every day until the week's end. So I hope you're excited for that. It's going to be an insane workload, but you guys totally deserve it, and I love every single one of you. And as always, got to thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to Cameron, Catherine, Taylor, Destroyer, Dustin, Esau, Ethan, Eva, Finney, Hannah, Harrison, Izuku, Jackson, John Robinson, Kiri the Sloth, Lady Laughs a Lot, Mina the Swift, Mr. Muffles, Muffy Luhu, My Name to Nee, Sinan, Noah, Upanut, Pumpkin Pie, Sussy Bussy Bimbo Balls, Tinky Winky, Nobby Wobby, Trey, Vermont, Will Billy, and Xavier. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one in my merch store and one in my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.